Kiambu police station. As an advocate, I was present at Kiambu police station as from 2 p.m. to 8, and I was denied access completely. Hence, the conduct and the character of the applicant already is wanting. There is an issue of a phone number purported to belong to the respondent. I've been holding this phone since yesterday while I was at the police station. It could have been very important for me to be indulged. Maybe I had instructions to submit the same phone. The phone number 078-1825-990, registered under Airtel, does not belong. From the quick search, caller does not belong to the respondent. However, I wish the respondent could have been an owner of any of the communication company. It could have been important for me when I'm collecting my fees. Hence, this information can be got easily by the communication companies. They do not need it. Your Honor, you have been told that the respondent is a flight risk and a habitual offender. I'm yet to be provided with further charges or previous charges or any convictions. He's a decorated MCA, member of County Assembly, that is Korogocho Ward. He has a fixed place of abode and his office can be traced through the clerk of the Nairobi County Assembly. And on the issue of allegedly he is working with other members, that is a fishing expedition. This court just wants, they will wish the court to believe, and however, the said applicant has all the machinery from taxpayers' money to get the other persons that they purport to he is working in. Lastly, if this is a matter of national security, then I believe even the applicant will have indulged the services of our Honorable KDF. Your Honor, I am opposing the application vehemently. The right to bond and bail is a fundamental right that ought not to be denied without cogent reasons. That is all.
Mr. Shadrach, will the authorities with regard?
I have the single duty, Your Honor, of highlighting some of the submissions or authorities that we rely on in opposition to the application that has been made by the respondent's right under Article 29. In itself, Your Honor, it's not a novel application. It's not unique in any manner. We've been down that road before, and there is a preponderance of authorities on how the court should deal with cases such as the one we find ourselves with this morning. Your Honor, I will invite the Honorable Court. Then to be granted bail under Article 49 are protected, Your Honor. Your Honor, I suggest to the Honorable Court, respectfully, Your Honor, I apologize for the interruption, of the respondent submitting his telephone or his mobile phone. Your Honor, he can do so under the instructions of the court if that is the only ground upon which they should continue detaining him. Further, Your Honor, it will be a travesty to justice if we are to detain the respondent only on the ground that there are other people who it is alleged they are working with who have not been arrested, Your Honor. The state has its responsibility. This court, and I mentioned the Waluke case, Your Honor, in particular, noted even it is and run. I thank the dismiss and disallow the application. And Your Honor, with your permission, I yield the floor to my seniors, Mr. Dunstan and Mr. Nyaberi. Thank you.
Today before you is the entry of the first. Unfortunately, the first to deal with this issue. Your Honor, the authority Shadrach has given, that is the authority of Oscar Suri, is an authority where Oscar, who was seen as an opposition to the state, was hounded the way the MCA has been hounded. And an avalanche of such are coming. This is the first one. And we call upon the judiciary to be firm. Your Honor, two, this is about an utterance against the head of state. The respondent cannot contain the head of state. The head of state can record a statement as and when he wants. You have been told that this court is a national security issue. It is a mere MC. The authority that you have been given, Your Honor, by Justice Professor Ngugi says Kenya is not a banana country, where even if those utterances were uttered, the security of this state cannot be assisted by mere statements. The authority speaks about it. Fourth, Your Honor, that authority, and to contextualize this matter, him and everybody in this room and 50 million Kenyans pay taxes to employ more than 200,000 police officers to do their job. If that is the reason why, Your Honor, you are being told to detain him, the police is intact, they will arrest him if he becomes an S. Fourth, Your Honor, I'll contextualize this matter in the sense that this is the politics that is being brought to the judiciary. And the trend of politics that before this court, before Your Honor, you sat here, I happened to defend 5 cabinet ministers right now who are charged with similar offenses. Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria was here over the same allegations. He graduated out of this dock to be a CS. Cabinet Secretary Aisha Juma was here, the Pangani 6. She graduated to be there. And the many more. Your Honor, you are being used on the question of politics. The state will definitely charge you. And either after 2022 or 2027, they will again withdraw. I wish the court to take judicial notice. All the people who are charged like him, their charges have been withdrawn. And the affidavits sworn by the police have been recanted by the same police that they were forced to swear those affidavits. been elevated to cabinet positions. Don't I urge the court to resist the invitation used by politicians for this political agenda. The MCA is being called a flight risk. You're elected by more than 30,000 voters. The father of this city is being called a flight risk. A terminology I've said is consistent with the DCI. Your Honor, this is a honorable member of parliament, county assembly. This is a respectable family person. It is only that he's in a different political formation. Your Honor, the regime that brings our client to you took office with a promise that they will not use the police for politics. 2 weeks, the first casualties here. We urge this court to be independent and fair, and let it not be the entry for a floodgate of such politically instigated arrests. And now finally, before my senior concludes on that matter, the Constitution lays a serious requirement and authorities that annexures, evidence of compelling reasons be presented to you. The state has not laid even one annexure. Senyaberi will deal with that one. There is no any evidence that he was found at the airport or in Chebukube escaping to Uganda. If I'll borrow the words of the Chief Justice, this is hotel. Limiting the liberty of a person on just an affidavit without annexures, without supporting authority documents, it does not work in a democratic country that we are living in. The basis of 7 days is not accounted for. You know, the only thing that they will achieve is that probably he'll be the next governor or a CS in the next regime. Must he be dragged for him to be elevated through a criminal justice system that is not based on any fact? Your Honor, we urge you revisit that and grant the respondent conditional release in terms of bail or bond. Have we seen people with immense power released? Yes. You know, when you retire, the governor, former governor of Migori, Obado, was released on cash bail. The former governor of Kiambu, Baba Waititu, who I represented on this dock, was released on bail. There is no compelling reason. There is no compelling reason. Lastly, Your Honor, I'm on record, I'm defending very many police officers, very many thousands of police officers who followed blind orders the way they are following now, they will again also be held to account when they take power. Let us not use courts to settle politics, and may I allow my senior, Nyaberi, to deal with one constitutional issue, then the court will make it.
We are finding that that has not been exhibited before you. Number two, Your Honor, I invite the court to section 123 of the Criminal Procedure Code, and if you allow me, kindly, to paraphrase it and quote to the court that particular section is that when a person other than the person accused of murder, treason, or robbery, which is not the charges that they are preferred or the intent to prefer against the respondent, attempted robbery with violence or any other drug-related offense, is arrested or detained without warrant by an officer in charge of a police station, or appears or is brought before the court like he has been brought, and is prepared at any time while in the custody of that officer or at any stage of the proceedings before that court to give bail that person, that person may be admitted to bail. Your Honor, this is the law. There is a respondent who has been brought before this court. He cannot just walk away because he's in custody. Kindly accord him bond of his own cognizance, that is free bond, because he's an honorable member of County Assembly, so that whatever issues that the police or the investigators have against him can be channeled while he is out on bond. Bearing in mind that the manner in which he was arrested while attending in obeying the directions of and command of the body. Kindly accord him that so that they can proceed, because again, no account has been given on what they're going to do day 1, day 2, up to day 7, as they allege. There is no harm. It's not a person who is going to interfere with the cybercrime or undo anything at the cybercrime when they are going to, investigate his phone and contacts and whatever issues that he has met or the allegations they have. So kindly accord him a free bond for him to execute. Then he can appear at any time. Even if they want a month or a year, he can be available for them to be processed. Kindly, that is a submission I want to make for the court.
And let us not use the name of the head of state to scare the court to give orders as the judicial outline. Let us respect the head of state as a symbol of national unity. Let us not use his name in this matter, because he cannot testify here. And we urge the court to protect the name of the head of state.
Of the argument.
Yes, you. Apprehensive that the MCA will be his position to influence members of the party who are the witnesses in the case.
Until tomorrow morning. for further directions.
Before you pen off, my good friend Mr. Ndege has explained the Gestapo type of police moving the respondent all over. Will be seeking with the certainty, with your permission, that he be detained at the Capitol Hill police station, so that they don't keep him in the car the whole 24 hours.
Problem with him being detained.
We have reasons, Your Honor, why we are raising a question about that police station.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe yesterday we were told the suspect is at Central Police Station. And Mr. Osewe, counsel, visited Central Police Station and he was told he was not there. Until
They are station and proximity to court.
About access, Your Honor.
The station, the issue
About the
is.
station. Well, the IOT informs me that he is based at Central Police Station, and for ease, he's comfortable having the suspect being there so that he can ease his movement as well. For counsel, it's an issue of preference.
And we don't want to raise these matters up to the Kenya Human Rights Commission that counsels were denied access at Central Police Station. The respondent is crying to you, don't take him where he might be killed. And we know what Wilikimani happened, Akuliko Bas. We are requesting, we let him be kept where he's safe. It's a police station. And movement from Central by the investigating officer to Capitol Hill Police Station is funded by citizens.
You know, if you can give a...
We are apprehensive about his life.
You've not addressed yourself to the issue of access. Do you have any issues with
I
access?
have no issue with access when I say that.
Investigating officer is from Central Police. It is even indicated in his supporting affidavit to the application, and administratively it makes sense for him to have access to the subject of his investigation. So I shall allow him to detain the respondent at Central Police Station. But the suspect respondent has unlimited access to counsel and family, as it has not been objected to by the prosecution. Those are my orders. The ruling shall be delivered tomorrow in the morning.
And also my